Hello friends, good afternoon. Today I am coming up with very interesting business case which is for buyback process. Like I would like to explore on Odoo 19 the battery shop where a new battery is sold and after few months or a year the battery goes old and it will lose its overall power so that the customer will come back and ask for a replacement. So the reseller or retailer will buy back the old battery and deliver a new battery from their shop, so that they have to give discount on old battery submitted, and the same they have to claim from their vendor also. So how exactly the things works, let's check that out entire process in Odoo 19. So I have configured the basic accounting with perpetual accounting and automated average costing is the simple thing, and I have also configured product categories as battery, and I have created two products. One is new battery with unique serial number tracking and old battery with unique serial number tracking where the product category is same. Once that is done, I don't have any accounting entry. It is a fresh database. So if I go and check my balance sheet and P&L, it's blank. And now let's go and create a purchase order with our battery vendor, and the product which I am buying is new battery 10 units, $100 each. Once I confirm and go to receipt, I have to assign a unique serial number to all. So based on the configuration, I have defined a prefix like new battery, and automatically it will generate the unique serial number for all these products quickly, and I validate. And then I will, create the bill very quickly over here to register my valuation in Odoo 90. So my valuation will hit with $1,000 as a debit. My stock is in. Everything seems perfect. So if I go to balance sheet, I can see $1,000 of stock valuation right now. Now as a next step, I will sell this battery to unique customer. Like customer one is coming and I am selling him battery in $200 each. So automatically Odoo will reserve the first battery, new battery 0001 from the stock. I validate and then I create the invoice, and then I can see the registration of product sales and cost of goods sold with inventory decrease. So this is how my first transaction is done. And then in my invoice and bill, I can easily see the things like battery unique serial number, which is already delivered to client. Once that is done, I am also, going to sell the same battery to, customer two. And then I confirm, I deliver, and I create invoice, and those two transactions are done. Now, based on that, my accounting will show me the updated inventory worth $800 because earlier I have $1,000 worth battery 10 units. Now 2 units are gone. So $800 worth inventory is left. And in profit and loss, I can see cost of sale will be registered with 200 and my income will be registered at $200 each as a sales revenue. This is working well. Now what happens? Customer is coming back. So that when customer is coming back, before that let me complete my payment transaction also. So let's say I am registering a transaction in, let's say, cash, and I will create cash type journal. I don't want to reconcile any transaction. And then in accounting customer invoice, I will quickly register the payment with my case journal. So I have collected both the payment from respective customers and payment is also done. I can see in my balance sheet like cash will be booked by whatever amount, and receivable will be clear. Now, let's say after a year or two, customer is coming back and asking for replacement of battery. So at that time, how we can manage this? Because we have to buy back the old battery and then we have to resell a new one. So in Odoo default, simply we can go and create a purchase order in the favor of customer, and the product which I am going to use is old battery, because new battery is for new fresh battery. Now I am buying back, and then I have to define how much amount I am giving him back as a rebate for his old battery. So over here, let's say I am giving him back $25 for his old battery. So customer will become my vendor because I am receiving an old battery back. So as soon as I confirm, it will generate a receipt, and during receipt, here I can give the same battery number which I have sold to him. So over here, I can go and check like which battery I have sold to that customer. So new battery 001 sold to customer, which I can give the same number because Odoo will allow the serial number for a new product so that I can keep a track. But it will be considered as an old battery again because my valuation should be intact. And then I can validate, and then what I will do, I will confirm the vendor bill. So ultimately what happens for the same customer, now it will create a payable entry worth $25. Okay. And then as a part of new sales, I will sell a fresh battery to the same customer with my pricing, a revised pricing, because now it's a year, and then I can easily create my sale order with a new battery over here, and I validate, and then I create the invoice. So once this is done, now I am done with my invoice and everything. So inside my invoice, what happens is customer has to pay $318, but in my accounting ledger, now what happens is in my balance sheet or in my partner ledger, now if I see customer one, I have to settle down with $291 only because I have to pay back him 26.50 and I have to collect $318 from the same customer. So as a part of reconciling, what I will do, I will check the open orders. So I will check this particular two transactions, which one is the receivable, one is the payable, and I will reconcile. So during reconcile, now I have to park the open transaction. So where open transaction goes, again it goes to receivable only. So account receivable will still hold 291.50. Okay, and then it should go to like I will say allow partial reconciliation. Let's say it's easy, and I will say reconcile and open. So over here, now what happens is, what we can do here, we can easily do the transactions and we can check what is left with my customers. So now let's see in my partner ledger. Now this transaction is left and 291.50 is the receivable. So over here in my invoice, you can see partially paid. So now if I go and accept the new payment from the same customer has to pay only 291.5 as a difference amount. So this is the way now you can do a buyback process for a product like battery or any other product where you run such a business. So this is the way your transaction will be intact. Now, as I do have inventory for my old batteries also. So my old battery is holding $25 of inventory, which what I can do, I have to give it back to my vendor, and then I need to collect the money. So what I will do, I will simply create a sale order in the name of my battery vendor, and I will supply the same battery with whatever price I am going to get back from my vendor. And then I can simply, this battery will be reserved by default in the name of old battery, and then I can go and create my customer invoice. So the regular invoice will be created. The same way now in the accounting, if I go, then again in my partner ledger, let's say battery vendor, I have 1060 to pay. Now 26 I have to get it back. So final amount is 1033 I need to pay. So that only I can see in my customer invoice when I settle down the transaction by going into reconcile. And then I will check open transactions. And then I say reconcile, and I say partial reconcile and open. So that's where now my vendor bill, which will be marked as partially paid, and then I need to pay the rest of amount only to my vendor. So this is you can consider an ongoing basis for the new bill which create after some time to vendor, and then you can settle your final amounts like this. So this is how you can register your buyback type of business under warranty, without warranty, or a kind of giving discounted products to your customer by buying back the old and selling the new one like this. Hope this will help many people, many consultants to configure this particular flow for many different businesses like this. If you have any question, please feel free to reach me on my YouTube channel, LinkedIn, or email. Have a good day. Bye.